Hello guys and welcome back to Explain Beginner Guide Part 2. In the last guide, if you didn't see it already, I will put the link in the description or in the info box. In this tutorial I will show you how to start the 737 with the FMC. Okay, let's go into the cockpit. I will do it as quick as possible. First of all, let's go to the overhead panel. You click on battery and click this battery. Master switch is on. After that you turn on the standby power, which is just under that master switch button. Once you have done that, you also connect to the ground power, which is also under standby power. After that, you can turn on the logo lights and position lights on steady, not on strobe and steady, on steady, which is down there. Okay, now we are ready for FMC. Okay, you first click on RTE, which is in the first row, and there you see active flight plan origin. There you click the airport. First you have to click clear, and then you have to click in the ICAO of the origin airport, which is your departure airport. Once you have done that, you click in the airport where you want to fly, so your destination. Additionally, you can also click in the flight number, for example, KLM 123, but that is not necessary. Once you have done that, you can click on next page, which is just above the numbers on the numpad here. Click on next page, and then you going to put in the waypoints, and those waypoints you can find in the internet. I will put a link in the description to a website which is quite nice. This is no advertisement, but I'm using SimBrief, which is quite good, I think. And there you can search for a route. You have to create an account there, but it's very nice because it's for free and you can get every waypoint and it works. So you click in your waypoints. I will put in a time lapse for that. You just click in every waypoint which is in the flight plan on the website, and then you click on the right button, and after you have done that, all waypoints should be under each other. Once you have finished that, so if you already put in all your waypoints, just click on execute. Just at the end, when you already put in all your waypoints, you click on execute. After that, you can click on departure and arrival, and on that button you click on departure EDDS, which is the left button next to EDDS. Just a second, sorry for that. And in SimBrief you also know which runway you have to depart from. In this case it's runway 07, and you also click on a SID, which is on the left side here. This SID is also available in SimBrief. If you can't find the SID at the first page, just click on next page and search for the SID. In this case it's on the third side. Then you click on the SID, in this case Targi 2H, and then on execute. That's really important. Once you have done this, click on departure and arrival again, and then you go on to arrival because you want to arrive in EDDL in this case, and you click on next to arrival. There you can click, also you have to click on the runway which you want to land on. In my case it's runway 05 right, so I have to search for that runway here. As you can see, there are more possibilities, but in Explain Mobile it's not that necessary to decide which you want to choose. I always go for iOS. The problem now is that we have a star in SimBrief, but if you click on it, it's not available in Explain Mobile. I don't know why this is the case, so just click on execute after you have chosen the approaching runway. Okay, now we are finished with RTE and departure and arrival. Now we have to go on the first row again, climb CLB, and then you click in 200 and 1,000 and 5,000. That means just that we will fly with 200 knots until we reach 5,000 feet. Once you have done that, you go on cruise and choose the cruising altitude. That depends on the distance between those airports, but you can choose your cruising altitude. In this case I want to choose 32,000 feet, and descent you don't have to click anything. We are finished now with our FMC. Okay, we are now nearly finished with the FMC. Just one thing again, always go on legs, and on legs you can see every waypoint, and if there is something like discontinuity, you have to choose the waypoint under this discontinuity and then just click next to discontinuity and execute. If there is discontinuity, the autopilot would stop flying to this point, so it's important that you put it in. If you click on proc, which is just next to execute on the left side, you can see which is the waypoint you are currently flying to, when you will arrive at your destination, and just at the bottom you can see top of descent. That means when the airplane will descend. In this case it's 150 nautical miles. Okay, we are finished with the FMC. Now it's time for us starting the APU. To start the APU, make sure that the APU generators are on and APU bleed air too. Then you can find the APU starter just at the bottom of the overhead panel next to the engine starter. Put it to start. And you will now see, you have to wait a little bit, you will now see that the temperature of the APU is increasing. That takes a little bit. Also make sure after that that the jaw damper is on. By the way guys, I know that I'm not doing it 100% completely right, but all in all it's important that you don't miss anything. The order is not that important in Explain Mobile. The order would be more important in Explain, for example, on the computer. Once the APU is started, put the hydraulic pumps on. That allows us to control, as you can see, to control the flight controls. APU is fully started. Window heat is also important to turn that on, otherwise our windows will get frozen on off the cockpit. That is ready. Then go over to the autopilot, put this small flight director on, that's important, so that our flight information will be followed of the autopilot. Once you have done that, go to that button here on the EFIS, which is left to it, and then you can see this small green number. This is the pressure of the airport, and this pressure changes the height of the airport. And every airport has a different pressure, and you have to put the pressure for every airport separately, so your height of the airport is right. For example, Stuttgart, where I am currently, is higher above sea level than an airport next to the sea like Barcelona is. You can also have a look for that barometric pressure in the internet. Okay, once you have set this, go to the overhead panel again. We are ready to start our engines. We are currently at an apron. I don't need a pushback, otherwise if you would stand at the gate you would do your pushback now. But we're standing out here. To start our engines, ground power has to get off because our APU is running. You put the fuel pumps on, otherwise there wouldn't be fuel for the engines. Then you put on generators, and then you put the engine 1 starter to ground, to left. Now you can see that this number here is increasing of the engine. Once it has increased a little bit, you put on the mixture of engine 1, and then you put the engine starter to, not to flight, to cont. And you can see the engine has fully started up. If the engine is fully started up, you put it to auto again, and then you start the second engine, put it to ground. It increases again, you put on mixture 2 and put it to cont. Both engines are fully started up. Now you can put off the APU generators too. Nope, sorry for that. And engine, the bleed air for engine 1 and 2 gets on, and for the APU off. So once your engines have started, you put off everything which has to do something with the APU, because your engines are doing that job now. Anti-collision light should be on before that. I'm sorry for that. Before you should turn on the anti-collision lights. By the way, some people also do a light test, which you can do here. But this is not too necessary, I think. Just the important information will be in this tutorial. And here we are, ready for taxiing. The last thing you should do is taxi lights on, and don't forget the flaps too. Flaps on 5 degrees should be enough for a 737, but that depends on your weight and the length of your runway. If you want to be as realistic as you can be, you can also check the flight controls, but that's not necessary, because if you didn't activate failures in the simulator, you won't have a problem with that. Okay, that was my tutorial for the 737 startup. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. I know that is a bit complex at the first time. I also had problems. In another tutorial I will show you how to activate the autopilot after taking off. That was it from my side. Stay tuned and keep practicing the 737. See you in the next videos. As always, good night.